Hello, Judah here, and I'm happy to facilitate this gathering with the especially assembled team for work with this vessel within the Galactic Federation, and this meeting will be called to order. Or not. Hello, Abby here. I am a ninth dimensional Syrian being from Sirius B. I have been assigned most gladly and delightedly to assist this vessel in her work with the Galactic Federation. I will take a moment here to explain the difference between guardian angels, as you know this term, and spirit guides, as you know also another term, but perhaps not. You may not know the difference between the two. For this vessel, I am what you would call a spirit guide, meaning that I have specific qualifications and skills to offer as an expert in my field, and for this reason I act as a spirit guide. Thus the difference in the term guide rather than angel. And I am not angelic in nature in the sense that you think of it. Rather, I am of an interstellar race, as I mentioned, from Sirius B. We are water beings, as our planet is covered with water. We know this is unusual for you. And I have this assignment gladly with this vessel because my area of expertise is ambassadorial in nature and acclimating other species to intergalactic communications. My role is very informal. I am mostly here in the realm of friendship and relationship to this vessel in order that she may be at ease in her new relationships with us in the Federation, and we are happy to have her assistance in disseminating our messages. That is our primary reason for supporting her, is her willingness and ability to share our messages at large with humanity. Do you have any questions for us about my background with the Syrians or my involvement or the Galactic Federation at large?
I'm curious, you say you're a water being and you're in water, so are you in water now, and are you personally on your home planet, or are you at a location where the Federation meets?
I am in water, as my entire planet is in water, and I am communicating remotely and telepathically both with your wife and also with the other team specialists at the Galactic Federation. It would be similar to a Zoom meeting in your world, wherein people from many different locations may sign in and communicate within a seemingly a space and time created virtually. So my work is primarily telepathic in nature, and yes, I am in water. This is how I live, fare, and dwell, similar to a dolphin or whale on your planet. Syrians are highly evolved intellectually and spiritually, and we do not experience the duality or tension that you experience between your intellect and your soul. Our intellect and our souls are very much married and cooperative. We don't struggle with egoic states in the same ways that you do at this point of our evolution. but we have enough remembrance of our own struggles and historical context that we may feel compassion and are ready to support in your struggles with your egoic constructs and coming into alignment with your soul, even though we do not experience these struggles anymore.
So your water, is it obviously probably not salt water? Is it pure water, or is there anything in the water?
It is our water is in a very high vibrational and pure state. We do not have contaminants in our water as you do on your planet. Either we do not have physical or energetic contaminants because our species is highly evolved energetically and vibrationally. There are lots of high frequency vibrations in our water because we all dwell within the water, and we do not pollute our water or misuse it in any way. It is not salt water, though, as yours is on the earth. Salt is a unique property to the earth.
So I would think that the vibration would be consistently through all the water, because water has memory and water can pass that memory to other pieces, to other bits of water, to other molecules of water. So it would seem like the vibration would be the same anywhere in that water. Is that not true?
Yes, but certain intentions and vibrations are more concentrated in specific areas than in others. They are more dissolute in others. But yes, that is true that the vibrations are present throughout.
And does the water have color?
Yes, it is a very deep blue. You might think of similar to indigo. You might think of our race as being like similar to the Mer people of your legends, for the Mer people of Earth were from our planet.
So you no longer eat or drink?
Yes, that is correct.
And you would probably not be able to survive in any of the water on our planet.
Only very briefly, because the water is, from our perspective, very toxic.
Yes.
Comparatively. And this is why our primary means of communication is telepathic.
Yes. Well, our water is very toxic even to us. Most of it.
Water is a great treasure for us, like oxygen is for you. And of course, water is secondarily important to you, but in the way of comparison, water is like our oxygen. And we have a very deep appreciation for water and respect for our water.
Could you survive outside of water?
No. Well, we could in light body form, but not in our physical form.
Is the water at the same depth everywhere around the planet?
No.
Are there any animals or other things living in the water?
Oh yes, certainly. We have lots of flora and fauna and what you would consider animal species on our planet.
Dolphin and whales?
Yes, and many dolphin and whale souls are evacuating to our planet at this time, and their extinction will likely continue, and they will become citizens of Sirius B rather than citizens of the Earth. And we know this is a sadness for you, but it is an important part of their soul's evolution and transformation, and it is a good thing.
So you said that, I think you said they evacuate. How do they, when they pass away, then they reincarnate on your planet?
Yes, that is correct. Unfortunately, the vibrations, collective vibrations of Earth are rapidly diminishing. The support of these beautiful beings is diminishing inadvertently, and in order for them to continue on in their evolution and growth, a change is needed. They will not have the necessary support to continue on your planet.
So if I get swallowed by a whale like Job, would I be able to be transferred to your planet?
Well, if you did not survive it and you wish to reincarnate here, yes, that would be a possibility. But we would say that all of you humans complain quite a bit about the state of affairs on the Earth. But despite all of this, most of you have a natural affinity for your planet and care much more deeply than you might admit for the journey of Earth. And your souls are quite committed to the transformation to a new Earth. And this is in large part our investment of time and energy with you in meetings such as this one, to a primary purpose, we will say, for these engagements is to broaden your understanding of yourselves as cosmic children of the universe, belonging to the universe, and as cosmic influencers. We are meeting with you to help you understand the potential for your influence, and also to support you in your being a historical placeholder in the timeline of humanity, meaning that your presence in the now moment is like unto a foot in the door, so to speak. If you've ever seen or been a person who approached a door that was about to close, or perhaps an elevator door that was going to close, and you thrust your foot into the door in order to stop it from being closed. This is how you are. in the earth. You are those thrusting forward your foot in order to make sure that the opportunity is not lost for yourselves, for humanity. And so you are place holders. You are the people with your foot in the door, keeping the door open for humanity to receive intervention and miracles. And so you may continue on in this work, and we are here to encourage you in that. And so it might seem painful or uncomfortable to have your foot closed in the door, the elevator door, so to speak, and it might seem purposeless in some ways or fruitless, but we assure you that it is important nonetheless.
Have we not yet started to push the door open more?
This very specific moment in time is a transitory moment in which there is much good at work, and also there are many opposing forces. So in this very moment of which you speak, it is like a pause in forward momentum and a holding of your foot in the door. That will change, but that is where you are for this moment. Well, we would encourage you not to make judgments about these things one way or the other. Simply just engage the task at hand.
Yes, you're right. Bad habit.
Pleiadian sisters here. Now we would like to speak to a lot of the current task that is needed for humanity.
Okay.
In order to give you some perspective here in your day-to-day work and interactions. So due to events of the last 2 to 3 years, the human soul is, we are not speaking of every soul now, we are just making a kind of blanket observation of the general consensus. The human soul is very weary from COVID and many political and strife oriented interactions, and there is a kind of pallor or shock or a trauma response to the happenings of the last 2 to 3 years in so very many. So be very gentle with the people you encounter at this time. They are similar to people who have lived through a hurricane and have found their homes and loved ones and all their belongings shattered by a storm, and are standing in the debris in a state of shock, not really knowing how to proceed. And so many are in this state at this time, and so a lot of gentleness is needed. So the task at hand is primarily to pull them up from the ground with an outstretched hand and dust them off and give them a warm shower and water and a space of quiet and reprieve, a space to begin coming back into grounded sense in their body and a calming of their nervous system and an undoing of some of the stress and fear and trauma, giving them safe spaces of reprieve. And so this is not a time for major offensive moves, you see. It is more of a time out for healing and restoring the troops and realigning them with source and life energy. So be very patient with people in general in your encounters. Larz here of Arcturus. How may we be of assistance to you this evening?
Well, so we found out what it was like on the Syrian planet. What's it like on the Arcturian planet?
Our race is primarily in light body form. We do have some who choose to maintain some lightly forms of light density, but for the most part we operate in light body form only, and we primarily communicate telepathically.
And everybody's light body is different. You can tell one from another.
We recognize one another by the unique qualities of our soul. This is similar to your recognizing someone's voice when they call you on the phone. You know who it is because of the quality of their voice that is familiar to you. Each soul has various qualities that are unique and therefore distinct, and we are able to discern and recognize this in one another.
But you're not recognizing it through the light body.
Well, the light body has an intangible quality that is discerned by our intuition or internal guidance. Similar to if someone came into your house in the evening and you heard the door open, you might likely discern who it was before you saw their face or heard their voice.
But if two of you light bodies were in front of, say, a human being who has eyes, would they be able to see a difference in the two light bodies?
Yes, because the light bodies have a phenomenon of a spinning sort of energy, and there can be various colors and patterns spinning within these energies, and so each individual light body has a slightly different, slightly or highly varied difference in how they emanate this energy, this light energy, and it would be distinctive to the eye or the feel.
Do these light bodies have a lifespan?
No. You are eternal in nature.
But could still change form?
Well, if we wanted to restrict ourselves to a form for a specific purpose, that is an option, but most would not want to take this sort of route. Almost anything that needs to be done can be done more efficiently in a light body, with very, very few exceptions.
So there's the physical body and then there's a light body, but there's not another body that's above a light body.
Well, in the realm of the 13th dimension, the light body disseminates into all that is. It expands beyond, its expansion is beyond recognition. It is not held into a moment in time or space, and so it is not discernible as an individual energy at that point.
A drop of water becomes the ocean.
Exactly, yes.
So in some of these meetings with the Federation, will there be times where we will be asked to perform certain services? Like Joshua asked us one time?
Yes, those requests have been made and are ongoing, and you are fulfilling those requests by your presence and then disseminating the messages.
And at the refuge, where there's lots of energy, is that energy, is the vibration gradually or slowly going more, or does there need to be more souls coming in order for the vibration to become more?
Well, we will share general principles here. The more souls that are attuned to a singular intent, the more energy and power that intention will have, and the more impact thereby. The impact grows from agreement and shared sentiment. And we always ask that you be wise in your investments, of your time and your energy, and also for you and your culture. Your money represents your energy. So invest those in realms where they have the potential for the most growth. and impact. And so if ones come and are hungry, and the witness to the hunger of the souls in front of you is the responsive energy that you feel from us through the messages. We throw our weight behind, our energy behind the messages when they are elicited by the hunger of the listeners. And for those who are not really so much in a state of readiness, we wouldn't feel the need to exert energy. We will give you a metaphor to help explain what we are saying here. Perhaps you know of children that suckle at the breast. There is a need for them to use their mouths, their energy, their suckling to draw forth the milk. And if they do not exert energy in that way, they will not receive the milk. The milk will not be drawn forward and ingested. And so you are looking for those that have the instinct to suckle at the breast and draw forth the cosmic milk of wisdom and power and enlightenment, you see.
Yes, I understand totally, because in my patients, I'm looking for the same thing. I'm looking for the patients who are willing to do whatever it takes to get well.
Correct. So if you are presented with 1 or 2 or 20 or 2,000 that do not have this instinct to suckle, to draw forth the milk, does not have the hunger or the motivation to draw forth the milk, then don't waste your time trying to feed them. It's not a judgment of them or where they are. It's just not a wise investment of your energy, you see.
Yes, that's one of the things I've been trying to explain to the channel.
Yes, so we trust you with these sorts of judgment calls. And sometimes people they display hunger for a time and then they are diverted. And that has nothing to do with you. It's similar to a babe suckling at the breast and has a drink or two, a bit, and they're a little bit in the belly, and then becomes distracted by a sibling or the puppy or some other thing in their environment, and then they are off and on to something else. So it is no judgment about the quality of what you are offering. It is just the way of a child. That is all.
Yes, and sometimes then they will get hungry again another time and come back.
Yes. And so when this vessel, and as you join her, when she enters a channeling state, it is like the milk of the gods dropping in, like a mother experiences, as they say, a letdown. And so let the milk come and let it flow. And if there is one to drink it, then wonderful. And if not, do your best to store it for times to come. And don't worry about the outcomes. And that is all. Just be there, be present for the letdown of the milk. Do what you can to nourish someone with it, and don't worry about the rest, and don't feel let down if the letdown doesn't seem to be made use of in the way you hope. And remember that our primary purpose and attachment first is always for your soul, for the vessels, and for yours, for those who are here to drink of the milk.
Yes, I already explained before to the channel, because I thought maybe we got a little off track with the numbers, saying that I would rather have one person who was truly on a spiritual path than 50 or 100 who were not.
Yes, the numbers make no difference whatsoever.
Nope.
The only thing that matters is being faithful to what you are given and sharing the message to the best of your ability, and then just leaving the results to the hearers. And that is all. For in truth, it is job enough to live the messages for yourself.
Give 100% and then let it go.
Yes.
With no expectation, no desire.